What is up, rockers of the Rock Nation? And well, first off, I just wanted to say happy National Metal Day to all you hard rockers and all you metalheads who are watching this video, and to whoever actually celebrates National Metal Day instead of Veterans Day. Now, I know I should be celebrating that, but I'm a metalhead, so hey, this is my holiday today. Well, it's not really mine, but you get my point. But yeah, I wanted to say that, and also just because I have nothing really better to talk about, because to be honest, I didn't really plan a video for you guys. I just said on a whim, say fuck, it's Metal Day, I might as well record something hard rock and metal related. But I honestly too want to talk about what kind of metal fan I am. Now, for those of y'all who, I know a lot of you guys aren't interested in this, so you guys can not watch the video or whatever. But when it comes to me being a hard rocker, or a metalhead, personally, I go with really. Give me a second, people. I gotta turn something down because I don't know if you can hear in the background, so I just went ahead and turned it down a little bit more. But anyway, when it comes to me being a hard rocker or metalhead, really, I listen to about any type of hard rock or metal that interests me or that I can get into very easily and stuff that I enjoy. Because here's the thing. When I was young, this is when I was actually, well, not really young, say 4th, 5th grade-ish, my aunt was actually getting me into the metal part, and she was introducing me to all these different bands. And of course, when I was that young, it was all the glam and hair bands that she introduced me to. So honestly, like I said, any kind of metal that any kind of hard rock or metal that I listen to, from as I grew up, really, like I said, it's anything that I find that I enjoy or have interest in, or that I can just rock out to be honest. Because if you see my collection, I have a bunch of different metal. I have like not pirate metal. What the fuck? I'm thinking of Elstorm there, but in my own personal CD collection, because me and my aunt also has a shared collection. But my personal collection, I have stuff like Amon Amarth, Cradle of Filth. I have Murder Dolls, bands like that who aren't really glam or anything, so more glam or hair. So like I said, I listen about any kind of metal or hard rock. But here's the thing, though. What I prefer is, let me phrase it like this: if I had to pick one type of genre of metal to listen to the rest of my life, if I somehow ended up deserted on a deserted island or whatever, if there's some way I could listen to it, would be glam slash hair. Because, and the reason why I say glam slash hair is because to me, there's really no difference in it. They're basically the same thing. It's just because I grew up with it for the most part. Don't get me wrong, as I said, I listen to other types of metal, but it's just glam slash hair is my personal favorites. But yeah, and this really goes out to, in this part of the video, really goes out to anybody who either doesn't really particularly listen to metal, or even don't really listen to glam slash hair, for that matter. Because I know a lot of people in the metal community really don't consider it metal, but to me, they actually pretty much are. So, but yeah, I have 6 of my own albums out of my collection that's from that era, per se, that was glam or hard rock, or at least considered it for mainstream purposes. But yeah, but I have 6 albums that I kind of want to recommend to you guys. And I have a little bit of old, and I have like 3 old school ones, and I have 3 new school ones. So yeah, but first off, I have to go with Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. Now, the reason why that I would put this into one of my recommendations, because it's really nothing but good old classic rock and roll. Because Guns N' Roses was really the anti-glam band. They didn't do the big hair. Well, of course, Slash doesn't had big hair, and some other bands, but they're considered an anti-glam slash anti-hair because they weren't really conforming to that way. They just put out kick-ass music they liked. And plus, let me get the CD back after I set it down. Alright, I set it. Yeah. I mean, when you have songs... Well, I should already know this, but I have to look at it just say. But when you have songs like freaking Night Train, Paradise City, Mr. Brownstone, of course, Rocket Queen, and of course, their #1 hit, Welcome to the Jungle. I know I should have known what's all on that album, but still. It's just really... It's just great. Good old kick-ass, classic rock and roll to me. Now, the next one I have here is Warrants Cherry Pie. Now, when it comes to me saying Warrants Cherry Pie, it's because everybody knows Warrant for the most part. And I actually did get a chance to see him live. It's a shame that it wasn't with Janie, but hey, at least I can say I did see him live. No. But, I mean, really, too, when you have... But really, this is like the most... But anyway, when it comes to this album, Cherry Pie, everybody knows this album just because of their number one hit, or at least to me, their #1 hit, Cherry Pie. And the reason why I say that is because, I mean, like, it's Cherry Pie, that's a good old song that every guy, basically, you can think of back then. I mean, She's My Cherry Pie, come on, that thing. Of course, you also have songs like Uncle Tom's Cabin, Blind Faith, Bed of Roses, I Saw Red, stuff like that. So, yeah. Warrant Cherry Pie, one of my recommendations. And this one is, well, another one that really... Give me a second. But, yeah. This one's another one I recommend. Just for anybody, like I said, for anyone who wants to get into glam, who really doesn't listen. Because, like I said, a lot of people in the metal community that I know of don't listen to glam. They listen to, like, thrash and death, stuff like that. Not wrong. I listen to that stuff, too, but... Yeah, just for the old school glam purposes, I just wanted to make this video. But anyway, for my next recommendation of the old school era, I recommend Skid Row's debut album, Skid Row. Especially when you have songs like 18 Life, well, I don't think it's on, yeah, 18 Life is on this one, Duh, I'm Stupid, or I Remember You, or my personal favorite, Youth Gone Wild, of course. Well, really, I Remember You is probably my personal favorite, but... If I wouldn't have against power ballad, I'd probably say Youth Gone Wild. I mean, this, again, not particularly glam or hair per se, just to me, some old school kick-ass classic rock. I mean, that's just to me. Other people might have other opinions, but yeah. Skid Row's Skid Row. My next three I'm going to talk about all together, because they're all by the same band. And I think any people that knows metal for the new age glam already knows what I'm talking about. But, yeah, bring these a little bit to the front. Give me a second. Steel Panthers, well, hang on. Let me start off with Steel Panthers, Feel the Still. Of course, Steel Panthers been around for a while before this album, because they've all been in other bands, or other tribute bands, or they also been in, I know they've been known before as Metal School, not sure any other names, but yeah. But this, like I said, was their first album under the name Steel Panther. And I gotta say, when you have songs like Death to All But Metal, which really, it's just, I mean, like, if nobody knows, they're more comical. And really, Steel Panther says stuff that back in the 80s, of course, they couldn't get by with, because just think about it. Because their lyrics are so provocative and dirty, just funny, but it makes for good metal, or at least to me. But from there, and of course, you have their ballad on this album, Community Property, so there you go. And this being their first album, really, of course, like I said, they're all veterans to an extent, but, yeah, that's all I gotta say. I mean, you have lead vocalist Michael Starr, got Satchel, Lexi, and Sticks It In Ya, you know. My next one, though, of course, as everybody knows, Steel Panther Balls Out. And this is really just where the band starts maturing as songwriters, besides Feel the Still, even though, like I said, they've been around for a while, because when you have songs on here like Just Like Tiger Woods, poking fun at Tiger Woods, stuff like that, or songs like It Won't Suck Itself, or Gold Diggin' Whore, or Weenie Ride, you know, songs like that. like I said, kick-ass band, definitely recommend. Still Panther to me. If anyone wants to get into new age glam, this is why I'm recommending them. And the last one I have, which, before anybody says, yes, I know it's not the original cover or the original album, but at least I can say I have it in my collection. You guys can't read that. Still Panthers, All You Can Eat. Now, as I said, this definitely isn't the original album, as you guys can tell. But because pretty much I got it off of a friend who let me copy burn it. But at least I can say I still have the album in my collection. And people might criticize me over saying, "Oh, you're not a metal fan because, yeah, you're not a metal fan because you're not supporting the music." Well, again, my friend let me borrow it so I could copy burn it. So if I get in trouble by it, I get in trouble by it. But oh well. But yeah, still Panthers, All You Can Eat. Again, not original case, so I'm not going to show it. But when you have songs in here like If Tomorrow Was End of the World, or freaking If I Was the King, which and I Was the King also has that lick from Death Level Metal in the middle of the song as well, just to show homage to their first album as Still Panther. This leads to the third album that they had as Still Panther. And really, and also when you have songs like Bukkake Tears, She's on the Rag, Gang Bang at the Old Folks Home, you know, because actually, before I go on and make these videos, I was listening to these albums just to celebrate my National Metal Day, but yeah. Overall, for New Age Metal, Still Panther is literally the shit. And not many people say the shit, but oh well. But yeah. As I said, metal fan, hard rock metal fan I am. Those are my 6 albums to you. And yeah. Until next time, rockers, live free and rock.